Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw for Insider Travel Report. I'm here with Graham Carter, who's the CEO of Unforgettable Travel and also Cruise Croatia. Now, I guess you can't forget that name, so we'll be good on that one. We're going to talk to Graham about what Unforgettable Travel does, and of course, Cruises Croatia also is a wonderful region, and I've cruised around that area too. And you're going to find out about that and more on Insider Travel Report. Graham, first of all, great to see you. How are you?
Really good, James. Yeah, it's been a really busy year. We've done a lot this year. The business is growing from strength to strength. We're heading to Cannes next week, which I'm really excited about to see more of our travel advisor community and just wrapping up the year. And it's been a good one.
So tell us, what is Unforgettable Travel and how long has it been in business? And what kind of travel does it sell?
Well, actually, it's a good question. We started 10 years ago. We actually celebrated our 10th birthday this year. So we started back in 2015. It was founded by four co-founders. I'm one of them, my wife and two other business partners. And it started from our living room. It started with a $30,000 that we pulled together between the four of us. We had an American Express card, and it just set off as a dream to create a travel company that could create amazing travel experiences, offer exceptional service that you simply don't see in the travel industry, and to really just take clients to destinations that they absolutely love. And through a mixture of very hard work, a lot of passion, and a fantastic team around us, we've built the business from, as I said, our living room to now being a $45 million company that's got six offices, is completely debt-free, and is very profitable. So it's been an amazing success story as we've grown the company. In terms of what we do, we specialize in very bespoke trips. We work with the travel advisor community and put together multi-country trips. So a lot of advisors come to us who've got clients who want to visit a few different countries. And because we've got relationships with direct suppliers throughout most of Europe and Asia, we're able to put together very bespoke trips for advisors, typically within 24 to 48 hours.
Well,
So the turnaround times on our trips is very quick, and we make it seamless because we're able to put together these trips into one itinerary. The itinerary is a white label, so it looks like the advisors put it together, and we just are very good at putting clients into good hotels, unique experiences. We connect the dots incredibly well, and we just make the trips really seamless. So our Unforgettable Travel, Unforgettable Croatia, and Unforgettable Greece brands showcase out those expertise.
yeah, so you
Our
go you go to about, but you do travel to 50 or more destinations, right?
we travel to a lot. Yeah, we've got a team of nearly 30 destination specialists who cover the different destinations that we do. They are incredibly experienced and come from companies like Abercrombie and Kensington, Audley, and alike. And typically they cover two to three destinations. So they know these destinations incredibly well, and they work closely with advisors to be able to help their clients.
Yeah. Now, so then you have this other company that you, there's part of it, Cruise Croatia. Tell us, how long has that been around, and when did you start to work with that and own it?
We launched the brand in 2018,
Okay.
and it's been a success story. We came into the market. It's a very niche product. We basically operate 165 to 170-foot yacht-like cruise ships. They have 36 guests on board, and it's a very immersive experience. You've got everybody on board speaks English. They're typically American, British, or Australian. And we do 7 night cruises along the Adriatic coast. So between Split and Dubrovnik or between Split and Apache in the north. And it's a fantastic product for people who are new to cruise or who prefer that smaller, more luxurious cruise experience. And now we've got 6 ships in our fleet. So
Wow.
we've grown that business exponentially year after year.
Well,
We actually
we're gonna talk a little more about that later, especially you have a new ship, I believe. We'll talk about that, but I'm very impressed, for just 10 years. What did you do before you got into travel?
I was in corporate marketing, so I've come from a strong marketing background. My wife was previously in banking and finance, so she's very good at keeping our numbers in line and keeping an eye on costs. And I think we've just built a phenomenal team around us of people who are incredibly passionate, who've got that entrepreneurial spirit, and who've just focused on making sure that we put the client first and just build the brand around over delivering on the service aspects of things.
Yeah, so you also have you really tap into the knowledge of your kind of local destination experts, and you seem to be spotting trends. You got my notes. You got things like set jetting, which is film inspired travel, farm charm, rural escapes, and solo travel, of course, which is increasingly popular. How do all these these experts tap into that?
We've got a really strong product team. So we have 10 people in our product team who work very closely in their local markets with local suppliers. And that's where we get a lot of the inspiration from the different people we work with. We're very fortunate that this year we hired Charlotte Wells, who was the product director at Abercrombie and Kent for 18 years, who joined the company. And she's brought in a lot of vision, a lot of experience in the product sector, and a lot of ideas in terms of how we can expand the product. So we've got a lot of core product, but then we also look at things, as you say, like the set jetting, which is obviously quite a big movement. The coolcations is huge, and we're seeing a lot more of that, particularly with the heat waves that we're seeing in Europe. And even things like being in the moment, like finding now we have a lot of American clients who come to us because they want to do sport related travel. They want to
All
be
right.
going to they want to be going to Wimbledon, they want to be going to sporting events, and they want to feel like they're in the moment of actually being able to enjoy these experiences like the true fans they are. So we've been very lucky to tap into all of these different sectors and make a success of them.
Yeah, so that's the you tap into these trends and these different kinds of travel, but you also obviously you have some destinations. What are the kind of new destinations you're seeing in programs for 2026? What will you be offering in Europe, for example?
Um, Really looking to focus on Scandinavia. Coming back to the Caucasians trend that I mentioned a short while ago, Norway and Finland are really growing in popularity. Still fairly undiscovered for the US market. I think destinations like Iceland have been pretty well discovered, but people are now going, actually, we want to go and see northern Norway. We want to go and see the fjords. We want to see more of the Northern Lights and do those unique experiences. So we're definitely building more of that Scandinavian. And it's also a great region for doing the multi-country. So a lot of
Right.
people combine Denmark and Norway and Sweden. So that's a region that we put a lot of focus in and we can be doing a lot more of. And then also expanding into the Baltics. So like, when you look at places like Estonia and the Baltics,
Right.
that's another region which I think Americans are fascinated by. There's a lot around that region, and I think we're quite blessed that it's more of a niche area that we can really showcase different things there. And we don't have as much competition in the region, so it's quite nice to be able to showcase a region and become the masters in it.
Well, you talked about these cool locations, and you're talking in Norway, Iceland, things like that. That's really have gotten hot, very hot so far. And then you got the Baltics, as you said. They're just I mean I've been lucky enough to go on a cruise around some of the Baltics, Estonia and Latvia, all those places. But it is a very different kind of Europe.
It really is, and it's also more undiscovered. So don't get me wrong, we still do huge amounts of business in your traditional destinations like Italy and France and Croatia and places. Uh, but I think travelers these days are looking to visit emerging destinations or alternative destinations because I think they're looking to visit places where they can feel like they are more unique. They don't have the same amount of crowds going there, and they want to get off the beaten track and be able to feel like they're making a difference. And the sort of places they're visiting are a bit more special.
No. Now go back to the theming part. I always wanted you to give me an example of a new itinerary in Europe, and one of the things that jumped out at me in the notes was you have a new itinerary called Ireland's Cinematic Trails, which sounded like a lot
Right.
of fun. And tell us a little bit about that.
Well, you know, Ireland. it's a destination we launched about 18 months ago. It's really comes to the forefront and become incredibly popular. And I guess what we try and do is when you look at the itineraries that we have on our website, we've obviously got the best sellers, but we also try to bring in some of our destination knowledge and some creativity in what we do. So what we try to do with that particular itinerary is combine three really popular destinations. So you've got Galway and the Cliffs of Moher,
Yeah.
which from an American perspective, you've got flights coming to Shannon, so it's more accessible. We do a 4x4 tour on the Aran Islands, which I've done myself, and it's a really unique experience. And that's great because you've you've got Harry Potter that was filmed in that part of the world. So anybody,
Where wasn't Harry Potter filmed these days?
yeah, it's true. That's
Uh,
very true.
we're talking about Croatia. It was everywhere. I mean, it seems like it's odd, but
Yeah,
is beautiful. Actually, that was Game of Thrones. I'm sorry.
Game of
I
Thrones,
get
exactly.
I
Back
get
to
confused in my film and TV references. But
well,
yeah,
this
it
particular.
sounds like a wonderful way to explore Ireland in a very different way.
It is, and also because from there you go on to Dublin, and there's obviously a lot to see in Dublin, and it's not just about the film locations. We try and combine the history side with also showing the clients the film locations, and then we end in Belfast, and obviously there's so much to see in Belfast, and I feel Belfast is having its moment now because you've got the Titanic Museum. Coming back to your reference, Game of Thrones was filmed there. It was one of the first film locations, so you've
Right.
got the Game of Thrones studio tour you can do there. But then there's just so much history in Belfast when you think about the Troubles and all the history there. So I think for me, what this itinerary does is it sort of gives you the pop culture side of things, along with also introducing you to the historical side of each of these different destinations as well.
Yeah, and it's great. Belfast, I know, is great for music too. And went to an Irish
Yeah.
tourism event once and heard some three great bands. And wanted to go to Belfast, and I haven't yet. I haven't been yet. I've been to Ireland, a lot of places in Ireland, but not up north. And so that is very intriguing to see Belfast. And as you said, it may be having its moment, or maybe for a while now. So it's great. But tell us a little bit about it because it's not just Europe you sell. You offer things in Asia. Uh, I was surprised to see Bhutan and Nepal on your list.
We do. We've got three travel specialists, Luke, Sarah, and Phil, who are phenomenal with their Asian knowledge. I think the reason we do well in Asia is because all three of them have been creating itineraries for more than 15 years in this region. They've all lived out in Asia.
Right,
So I think the reason that the travel advisor community enjoys working with us is because we make it simple. We speak English. We know these destinations well. We've got very good local connections on the ground. And we also teach advisors at the same time. So there's also the ability for us to design the trip, but also explain how everything works, which they enjoy. So the big hitters, unsurprisingly, are Japan, Vietnam, Cambodia, and Thailand, where we do a lot of business. But
right,
now we find a lot of repeat clients coming to us going, where can we go to that's unique? Okay, so we've done these core destinations, but where can you take us that's a bit more unique? We still love our cultural experiences. I find these days clients are also a lot more into their soft adventure. They also want to do hiking, they also want to do these sort of
right.
things. So I find like Nepal and Bhutan also lead into that because they are slightly more niche in terms of the places you're visiting. But you can do things like your whitewater rafting. You can still go and visit the monasteries there. You can still go and do your hiking and soft adventure there. So I feel they lend itself to the type of people who probably are prepared to put boats out a bit more and visit these unique destinations. But they'll come away from them sort of definitely having visited a country which I think over delivers with the local charm and also just not having also escaping the crowds that you find these days.
Well, that's it's great, and there are definitely places there I've yet to be. Now let's go back to cruise Croatia for a second, and I
Sure.
alluded to it, but you have a new ship. I believe it's the MV Aratus.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, and it's going to be cruising for the first time for you in 2026. Can you tell us a little bit about that ship?
Yeah, actually, we launched in summer this year. So we launched it in June this year. It's actually the first ship to be built in Croatia in 5 years. After COVID, the shipbuilding stopped and the regulations changed. So it was a much bigger project than we anticipated just because of the rule changes and things. But
Right.
we're incredibly happy to get it launched. It had an incredibly successful season this year. It's a 165-foot yacht vessel with 18 staterooms. It's got a beautiful jacuzzi area, very, very modern interiors, and we've been incredibly proud to sort of see it. We've had a 98.8% client feedback rating for it, which I think if you ask any cruise company is unheard of because typically when you have got maiden voyages, you usually will have a few weeks of different issues and kinks and things you've got to iron out. But we've done incredibly well, and the client feedback has certainly superseded what we're expecting.
Well, Croatia is amazing. I've cruised around there. I've gone to Korčula. I've gone to Hvar. I've gone to, and there's so many more islands I haven't
Mm.
been to. So it seems to be increasingly popular. And obviously, you saw that trend and decided to invest heavily in terms of the cruise component.
Well, I think for us, it's almost like an uncruised type product because every single day we're spending overnight in small ports where we dock directly in the ports. So the sort of places that the bigger vessels can't get into. We've got premium excursions which we include. I think the thing the clients really love is that because our vessels are small, they can swim off the back of the ship in small, quiet bays, which is quite
Sure.
unique. And in the evenings, the clients can get off the vessels, are going to have dinner al fresco, and then come back on board whenever they want. So I think it offers them that sort of more immersive, um, non-cruising style product, which is incredibly popular for solo travelers, but then also people who just want to try the cruise experience, but they don't fancy being on vessels with
Yeah.
hundreds of.
A big one. Well, yeah, well, that's a different type of travel, but this
It
is
is.
this is clearly, and everyone I know who has taken cruises in the Croatia islands and all around there comes back loving it. So
Yeah,
it
it's beautiful.
yeah. Now, how can travel advisors, that's those we go out to about 125,000 of them, how can they best work and start working with Unforgettable Travel and also Cruise Croatia?
Well, we have an office in the US. We've got, as I said, 6 offices. So the good thing with us is that you're able to contact us between 9 and 6 Eastern time. And I think it's really good because we offer the travel advisors the ability to contact us during their working hours so that at least I know that a lot of travel advisors typically will have to work with DMCs in Asia and in Europe where they've got constraints, whereas we try to make that easy. We offer between 12 to 50% commission on the trips that we do. We've also got an industry-leading loyalty program, which advisors really enjoy working with us on. And I think the other thing is just the speed of turnaround. Like I said,
Right.
for us, we can design a three-country European trip or three-country Asia trip in a matter of 24 to 48 hours. And I think it's unique because we've already got all the rates in our system. So we know the cost for all the tours, transfers, hotels. So we can do that. So we've also in the process of just about to appoint a director of partnerships in the US. So and that person will be responsible for obviously building more business for us in the US travel advisor community.
Right.
And I'd say at the moment, probably just over 50% of our business is travel advisors. So we
Okay.
still have a big chunk of business there, which we're looking to continue growing.
Well, it sounds like you're a perfect company to align with, a travel advisor to align with if they have a client that's trying to create a bespoke vacation in a certain destination that can be very special and very innovative. So so just give you a call and help let you design the perfect trip for them. Now, where can travel advisors go to learn more about unforgettable travel and, of course, Cruise Croatia?
Well, any travel advisor who's looking to get a trip designed covering Europe or covering Asia can visit unforgettabletravel.com. And anybody who's got clients who are looking for that unique small ship cruise experience, whether it be premium or luxury, can visit cruisecroatia.com. And we've got our US toll-free numbers in there, so feel free to give us a call and we're happy to assist.
Well, Graham, it's great to meet you. Great to hear about this your company, and it sounds like a wonderful resource for travel advisors and their high-end clients. And I certainly look forward to seeing you at ILTM. We'll both be there, and hopefully we can talk some more about everything that you do.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, James. Really appreciate the time.
I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.